So this is our last one of the summer. Okay, so this one will be a little bit different than how it's been going the past couple weeks. Mainly, what we're going to focus on is how do we transition into the fall, like not only you personally, but also like where do we go from here, basically. And then also we'll kind of talk about your responsibility of for your team and those kind of things. More team focus. Okay. So the big thing here is the thing that I like to talk about is with mental performance or any type of intentional mental practice, it's only as valuable and important as you figure out how to use it, right? And so the big thing that I want for you guys, everybody, is to figure out how can I apply this to my team and how can I become a better teammate and a leader and all those kind of things in every aspect of your life. Like, I don't want you guys to just be stuck being like, okay, well, hey, I feel really mentally performed and I feel really strong in how I act, but my team doesn't go along with me, right? So it's kind of an idea of, okay, if I want to become a leader on my team, how do I actually do it? It's one thing to just be given an opportunity, right? Like if your coach assigns captains, like do any of the coaches you guys ever play for assign captains? Yeah. So that's one way for it to happen. Like like okay, hey, you just act that way and you become it, right? But more times than not, like leadership happens organically, right? And if you are intentional about it, you could become a leader on your team, okay? And like take hold and drive your team the direction that you want it to go, okay? There's two big things that you have to do in order to become a leader and be able to have the right culture within your team. And one of them is to, you have to get results. I mean, most importantly, like you have to personally and leadership wise get results. You actually have to lead people to where they want to go. Okay. And then you also have to get to know them. You have to be like honest. You have to be real. Okay. So you have to build trust basically. Okay. So you have to build trust and get results, right? Not only personally, but as a leader. So like if, even if you're the most charismatic leader, but you aren't leading people the direction they want to go, or they don't see like improvement in what they want to see, they're not going to follow you anymore. Even if you're saying all the right things, doing all the right things yourself. Okay. So that's where kind of get where then on the flip side of that, there's a lot of people who get a ton of results and people want to follow them, but they don't want to be leaders, right? And that's fine too. You just have to be aware of that. If you want to take ownership of your team and ownership of your process and all those things, you have to build trust and you have to get results. Okay. If it comes to building trust, this is not only how we relate to our teammates, that's how you relate to people in your life. So like I like looking big picture. These mental performance meetings are going to help you get better at baseball if you apply some of the tactics, but even more importantly, it's going to teach you how to relate to people in life. Does that make sense? So in all relationships, in order to have an effective, friendship, an effective, romantic relationship, whatever you want to do, you have to build trust and you have to get results. Okay. So here's 3 ways that you can focus on trying to build trust. Okay. You want to build a connection. You want to have good character. Okay. And then you basically want to, like you have to have competence. Like you have to lead them. You have to be knowledgeable about whatever you want to do. So like, for example, what does that look like in your guys' setting when you're about to go to this fall? For some of you, you guys are going to a brand new school, right? You're going to school. You've never been there before. You've been at your school for several years. You still don't even know where you're going yet, right? But wherever you go, these things are true. So what you have to do is immediately build a connection. You have to show other people that you care about them before they will care about you or care about what you have to say, right? You hear that all the time. Like they have to know that you care before they care what you say, right? And that's a coaching thing. That's a player thing. So if you show your teammates like, hey, I care about you and I know I will become better because of our relationship together, you're going to have that connection immediately. Some of the best individual players that I've seen have been some of the best teammates. I've also seen extremely successful players or extremely talented players who are not good teammates and they struggle because they don't have anybody to lean on when they struggle, right? They don't have anyone to lean on, anyone to help them or motivate them through difficult times, right? So you need everybody on a team. That's what I love about baseball being a team sport, okay? but you need to build that connection. You need to show people from the get-go, as soon as you show up that fall, of like, hey, I care about each and every one of you. Okay? You have to have competence in the sense of not only understanding baseball, but understanding how you can help people get to where they want to go. You need to understand, okay, hey, you're going to be one of the older players on your team this year, aren't you? You know, and you've been around, even if you haven't had the playing time that you want to have, or, you know, have been given a captain spot or whatever. You are like, hey, I know how this fall is going to go, right? Pick a sophomore, you know, pick a freshman, whatever, throw your arm around them and say, hey, this is where you're going to need to go. This is what you're going to need to know, okay? Those kind of things. That's going to help you not only you feel better because you have somebody that you've invested in, right? But they're going to feel better because they have somebody looking out for them as well, okay? Because at the